Hello and welcome back to Penntorr Cars Cornish Car Collectors, where you join me for a video with a bit of a difference. You see, it was 12 months ago to the day, the 26th of February 2021, when we posted our first video here on YouTube, and it was a feature on our Ford Focus RS Mark I. Doesn't time fly? I can't quite believe that Cornish Car Collectors is already a year old. So in this video, I thought we'd take a look back over the past 12 months, over setting up our YouTube channel to feature our car collection and our car antics. It really has been a big learning experience. I'm going to talk to you about all that we set out to achieve all that time ago. A little bit about you as well. Who's watching and where are you watching from? I'll do a quick run through of the current cars in the collection, as well as featuring those that have come and gone over the past 12 months. And finally, painfully for me, I'll share with you how much it's cost me to look after the cars in the collection over the past year. I'm really not looking forward to that bit. Finally then, I'll talk to you about what you can expect from the channel in the future as we continue to develop our videos and grow our channel. And that's all thanks to you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing and sharing our videos. It really has helped the channel to grow. Thank you so much. Now, when we set out developing Penntorr Cars Cornish Car Collectors, I threw together this logo. Here it is, which has served us pretty well. But to mark 12 months of the channel, I thought we'd have a new one. So a big thanks to Andy Khan at Chilicon for help with designing it. Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to year 2 of Penntorr Cars Cornish Car Collectors. Back in February 2021, it was my then 11 and 13-year-old sons who encouraged me to take the plunge and make a video about our Ford Focus RS and post it on YouTube. And you know, it's a big deal posting your first video on YouTube, broadcasting yourself to the world. Well, 4,350 of you, as it turned out. Now, we do like to set ourselves targets. So in the first 12 months, we wanted to achieve 1,000 subscribers. We want to achieve 50,000 views and over 4,000 viewed hours. And we managed to make 26 videos, which is slightly less than I had hoped. And that's because one of the big learns for us this year is it takes absolutely ages to get the cars ready, to prepare some words, to film the videos, to edit the videos. And a big part of that here in the UK is the weather, where it's usually too windy, or it's usually too wet, or today we've got completely inconsistent sun, but we do persevere. So of our 26 videos, we did manage to make them. How do we get on against our targets? Well, our 1,000 subscribers is actually 816. Close, but not quite the 4 figures yet. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please do so. As for the 50,000 views and 4,000 viewed hours, well, we did it. Currently 62,037 views and 4,719 viewed hours. It is amazing. Thank you so much. I've become completely addicted to checking my subscriber count and viewing YouTube analytics. I probably do it more than 3 times a day. It's become something of an obsession. Now, let's find out who's watching this little Cornish car channel. No surprises, the majority of viewers are from the UK, but over half of our audience is from overseas, which is quite incredible. In second place is America, followed by our audience in France, Australia, Spain and Germany, and the list goes on. Our audience is largely male. Sorry ladies, I will try and do better. And 70% of our audience is between 25 and 44. YouTube stats really are fantastic and quite fascinating. Now, as for the videos that you have watched the most, well, in third place is our feature on the brilliant Honda Civic FN2 Type R with 4,517 views so far. But it was only posted on the 7th of January, so it might climb the Cornish Car Collector charts even further. And in second place, it's another feature on a Ford Focus, approaching 5,000 views for my review on the Ford Focus Gear, which I paid just £200 for. And in first place, with over 9,000 views, it's the video on our light restoration and review of the Peugeot 206 GTI 180. As for the videos that have been watched the least, our short video on the BMW E30 3 Series, and 2 videos where I drive both a Ford Focus ST and an E36 BMW M3 Evolution to work. One of the big highlights for me last year was hosting our own car show. If you haven't seen it, please do check out the video. I also met some fellow YouTubers along the way. Here is Ian from Hubnut, Matt from Furious Driving, and Steph from iDriver Classic. Plus, Mike Brewer met me. Before I tell you how much I've spent on all these cars this year, and well, to be honest, I'm dragging that out as much for me as I am for you, let's take a look at the cars currently in the Penntorr Cars collection, and we'll start with the Fords. Let's start with the oldest, my 1990 Ford Escort XR3i Cabriolet Mark IV, which we featured this year. Then my 1992 Ford Sierra XR 4x4 2 litre, which I drove up to the XR Owners Club National Day this year. Then my 1993 Mark V Escort XR3i Cabriolet, my Ford Focus RS Mark I, and my 2006 Sport Car SE. I just love that little car. And new this year, my 2007 Colorado Red Ford Focus ST. On to the Rovers then. We have the 1997 Rover 200 VI, and new this year, the 1999 Rover 200 VI, both in British Racing Green, albeit different shades. We've got the Rover 800 Vitesse Fastback, which I featured a video on this year. We've got the Rover 25 GTI, which is a super rare car, and my Rover 75 Tourer Club SE. MGs, we've got the MG ZR160 and the MG ZS180, both of which we made videos about this year. The MG ZT260 SE, the 4.6 V8 that I've got with me today, and my MGF Trophy 160 in lovely trophy yellow. We also bought, restored and sold that lovely 1984 Ford Sierra 1.6 GL, which went to a friend of mine after he twisted my arm to buy it. The good news is I still regularly see that car as Andy brings it to the shows. Here it is, lined up with my Rover 800 at a Devon show in 2021. Some of the other cars passing through the collection this year include the Peugeot 205 GTI, that BMW E36 M3 Evolution, that BMW E46 330 Ci, the Renault Sport Clio 172, and 2 of the 3 V8s I've got parked with me here today. Of course, the MG ZT260 is a long-term member of the collection, but we've also got a Jaguar XJ8, an X350 car, and a BMW E90 M3 V8, both of which I'll be featuring here on the channel over the next month, so do stay tuned for that. Right, let's get it over with then. How much have my cars cost me this year? And the first thing to say is that I'm a big car fan. These things, well, they're my passion. So a bit of money spent on restoration or maintenance, well, it's all part of it. And unlike the more established car channels here on YouTube, I don't earn any money at this. I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the cars. I enjoy sharing them with you all. Okay, let's get down to it then. So of the current car collection, how much money have I spent on them this year? And this is just maintenance and restoration. I'm not talking purchase price, just maintenance and restoration. And in top spot this year, well, to be honest, in top spot pretty much every year since I've owned it, is my MG ZT260 V8. It is a fantastic car, but fairly high maintenance thanks to the numerous bespoke parts on the car and that American Ford 4.6 litre V8 engine. At £1,571 and 2 pence this year, I needed to resolve a misfire and a coolant leak, plus an overhaul of the rear brakes and a service. The Focus ST had £1,162 and 7p spent on it, which included a cam belt and a water pump, full service and some paint work as we restore this car back to a more standard look. Watch out for a video on that one coming soon. I then spent a bit of money restoring the X-Power Grey MG ZR160 with brakes, a service and some electrical work, plus new wings and some restoration to the sills. I did all of that with the intention of selling it, but well, once it was done, I couldn't bring myself to sell it, and here it stays. The Rover 75 had brakes, and a coil spring that was broken, and a new headliner. Again, there's a video on that coming very soon. The Focus RS spend was in restoring the boot lid, which you will have seen on the previous video, and buying several original parts which we'll fit over the coming year and certainly feature here on the channel. The Rover 800 Vitesse had a clutch and that expansion tank modification, which was all shared in the video on that car. You'll see that the Fiat Ducato camper van sneaks into the cost this year. I did forget to mention the camper van when we ran through the collection earlier. And the other cars you'll see have had some basic maintenance. And those that have got a zero spend, well, they haven't been on the road this year. All totaled then for the past 12 months, and remember this doesn't include the purchase price of the Ford Focus ST or the Rover 200 VI, we've spent £7,434.90. Ouch. Now that is spread over 11 vehicles, so it does average out at around £675 each, which I suppose isn't too bad. But when you add in insurance and storage, and I think we'll stop there. Anyway, I've got to give a massive shout out to all those people that have helped me this year, starting with MK Body Shop in Plymouth, who do all my paint work. Also, a big thanks to Torpoint MOT, RNS Motors and Andy Hockin for their work on the spanners. I really couldn't run these cars without you all. Thanks. So what next then for Penntorr Cars Cornish Car Collectors? Well, as I've already said, you can expect to see these three very different V8s here on the channel over the next month or so. We've got the lovely and luxurious Jaguar XJ8 SE, that X350 car, with its fabulous 3.5 litre V8 petrol engine. Our lightning fast BMW E90 M3 Saloon, the one and only BMW M3 powered with a V8, that S65 4 litre V8 producing over 400 horsepower. And last but by no means least, a V8 I have owned for many years, our loud 4.2 litre V8 MG ZT260 SE, a car I know many of you have been waiting to see here on the channel for a while. In addition to these three cars, we'll also be featuring our first road trip or challenge video here on the channel. I'm super excited about that. Plus, I'm planning on a new arrival into the collection in the not too distant future, and I hope it's going to coincide with us hitting that milestone 1,000 subscribers, so please do keep subscribing. I'll also feature updates on the Ford Focus RS Mark I, the Ford Focus ST and the Rover 200 VI restorations. And as the COVID sanctions continue to lift and car shows start opening up, I'll also make a few videos this year about us attending the local car shows. And there's also going to be lots more, so please do stay tuned for all of that. To wrap up this look back video then, well, I've really enjoyed learning YouTube over this past year and developing my content. I can certainly see some improvement from those initial couple of videos through to the more recent features that we've posted. Thanks so much for those of you who have been around since the beginning and sticking with us. Thank you. And well, I'm not sure how many of you have stuck with me on this video so far. To be honest, I'm making this one as much for me as I am for you all, so that I can look back at this in years to come and kind of know where we were at the end of the first year. But if you're still here and if you're still watching, thanks very much. All that's really left for me to say is don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, particularly if you're one of the 94% of people who have watched my channel in the last 28 days and haven't yet subscribed. Please do keep watching, sharing and supporting the channel. It means so much. Thank you very much. And I will see you again soon here at Penntorr Cars Cornish Car Collectors. Bye for now. Bye-bye.